So welcome back, welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about actually getting your fantasy going with your partner, doing it, playing it out, making it happen. So we talked about discussing the fantasies, 5 different fantasies with your partner, right? We talked about that a few videos ago. Check out the video here. Writing down 5 fantasies that you have, 5 fantasies that they have, and then exchanging papers, right? So now you found something that's similar, or something that you think, whoa, I could do that, we could do that together. What do you do next, right? So we're going to get into that conversation. So stay tuned, and we're going to go through some steps about getting into the discussion and maybe even playing out the fantasy, okay? First of all, subscribe to my channel. Love for you to do that. And if you would like to hear more deep, intimate stories, go to my Patreon. I would love to have you for story time telling once a month. Come and join the tribe for intimate, exploratory, sexual stories that I'll be telling about my own personal life. What could be better? All right, so getting into this fantasy, you're going to create a fantasy with your partner. You've been waiting to do this, or you have a desire, deep desire to try something with your partner, and here you go. You're going to do it. You're going to do it, right? You're going to do it. So it's scary. We're all scared of our own fantasies, our own desires, but once you start talking about with your partner and you both come up with something that you think you'll both be interested in doing, then it's time to take the steps forward, right? So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say it's some kind of power game that you want to play out, role play power game, and you're trying to come up with a scenario, or maybe the scenario was that one is going to be the teacher, one's going to be the student. So we're going to play out the teacher-student power play role game. And so you've talked it out, you've decided that this is something that both of you are going to try and do together, that you're going to attempt, no, you're going to do it together. The first thing I suggest that you do is give it like a week before you choose a date. Choose a date you're going to come together and you're going to play out this fantasy. Choose an actual date. I like a time and a place and everything, so that you can set it up a week before. You can have time to think about it. You can have time to get into your being that you're going to be doing this and get yourself organized for the event, right? The reason you want to do that is because, you know, sometimes in a role play you feel kind of silly, and sometimes it feels really schmaltzy or really soap opera-y, and it can with some of the dialogue that comes out, but give yourself some time to practice some things you like to say, to get into the character, to get the outfit. So here are some of the details. You decide, okay, you're going to be the teacher, I'm going to be the student. So if you're the student, or you're the teacher, whichever you've decided to be, you spend that week trying to figure out, what am I going to wear? Who is this person? What is this person about? What are they into doing here? You're going to be playing out a taboo scenario, right? Taboo. But when you do it with consensual adults, it's not taboo and fun. You know, we get turned on by these kinds of scenarios. So one thing I do suggest is that you choose a different name, because that sort of takes you away from using your own name, the connection to who you are in that name, and instead choose a name where you can be really sexually expressive. That particular name is really connected to this sexual game, and because it's taboo, connected to doing something that you don't normally do, right? So you have this week to get the name, and to figure out who you're going to be, and to get a really good costume to fit into that character. Both of you are doing this during the week. Now you can start by texting each other a little bit back and forth to set up the event. So maybe the student is texting the teacher, I really didn't like the kind of marks I got, and I would really like to do better. Could we discuss this in private? Maybe there's something that we could do that could help bring my marks up. And the teacher comes back, and so you're playing a little bit of a game. You're playing a drama. You're creating your own little movie, right? And you keep that up for the week so that you kind of build that energy before you actually meet at during that final event. Now, when you, so this helps build up the sexual energy, okay? It helps, you know, it's the journey that is the exciting part. It's the process. So really enjoy it. Go into it, okay? Think about what you would do if you were in that role, and what you would say and how you would react and all of these kinds of things. So then the actual event comes, the day and the event comes. So make sure it's set up beforehand, and if you're the teacher, probably you have to set up how you want it to be in the room. And then when you come together, keep in the character as much as you possibly can, okay? It may feel a little bit strange, but that's why I give you that week to build up. But stay in it. If you fall out and you feel silly, whatever, it's okay. Just say, okay, I'm gonna get back in, I'm gonna get back in, right? Just breathe and say, I wanna play this role, and play it out to the end. Stretch out the time that you're together. Don't go right into having sex. Stretch out the conversation, the innuendos, before you even get into, well, this is what you could do. Maybe you could take your shirt off and show me your little breasts or something. You know, before you get even there, there's a conversation, because you both know that you're not supposed to be doing this. The teacher knows it's illegal. The student knows that she could get in trouble, he could get in trouble. So stretch it out until you're able, you know, you start to reveal what you really want, and then you start to do things, and keep in the character. It can be so much fun and stimulating for the two of you. And let it flow, okay? Don't stop or block your partner. If they say something and you don't really like it, you don't say, you can't say that. What are you saying that for? No, you don't know this character, and whatever comes out, you have to play with it. If you don't feel comfortable in what they said, that's part of it, you know, this uncomfortability. It's part of getting to know who they are at a different level, getting to know a different kind of person in a different scenario. So maybe you don't want to say anything. Maybe you want to make a statement that is based on exactly how you feel. You know, be honest about what you're feeling in that character, right? So you play it out, you enjoy it, you're in it, you're being as soap opera as you possibly can, because this is part of the fun. And once you get in, the language will come naturally and easily as you stay in the character, as you drop deeper in the character, and as you enjoy this journey that you're on together, this sexual role play scenario that you're on together. When you've finished, or you've come to the end of your experience, and I suggest you keep doing it until, you know, the student has to leave or something, so it really plays out, then come together and discuss it. And how was that for you? How did you feel? Well, you know, what did you like? What would you like more of? Get into sort of very positive conversation around it, okay? There's likely stuff you don't like as well, but don't focus on that. Focus on what you really liked and what you would like more of. Okay, what would you like more of? Oh, I'd like you to be sexier. I'd like you to be more aggressive and more controlling, or I'd like you to be, you know, whatever it is. So just more. What would you like more of in the next time you play it out? And have fun. This is adult play. This is going into adult exploratory play. So really have fun. Enjoy it. And yeah, take your step into your first, or maybe this is not your first, but you know, the sexual exploration. This really opens up the relationship, takes you into a different connection with each other. So let me know below, comment below, if you've ever done this before and how it went for you, or is this something you would like to do, or maybe there's another role play scenario that really turns you on. I'd love to hear about it, and let's share with each other in the community. All right, good luck with your first fantasy. Maybe it's a different fantasy. I just chose this one, and I'm going to talk about other ones as well as we come up. But this is a very popular one, so I thought I would mention it today. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Much love making.